After last week, John Cena shouldn't be able to talk. But little did they know, he's carrying that alternative WWE 2K19 voice in his pocket.
So many times I've heard all the buzz.
Yes, John Cena absolutely cooked the bloodline with his John Laurinaitis impersonation. The only reason you got a job here is because of your cousin. Man, shots were fired during this episode of SmackDown. Now, even Roman said, the only thing you've done is got them to chant your name and cosplay a redneck version of my cousin. Ouch! Man, lately WWE have been breaking the fourth wall quite a lot, and I absolutely love this. So let's talk about the go-home episode of SmackDown before WWE Crown Jewel. But before that, a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Wrestling GM, where you can actually prove that you can book it better. Wrestling GM is the best wrestling simulation game in the world. The only game where you can be a business owner, TV show writer, and universe creator at the same time. Pick who fights, who becomes champion, manage each wrestler's career, write your own storylines and feuds, and even create your own wrestlers and companies. Find out why 250k plus players continually keep playing Wrestling GM. The game is very deep and the opportunities to play it are endless. It is the perfect mix of creativity and strategy. You can control and create all the outcomes within the game. I also played this game before on my channel. The playlist of Wrestling GM series is in the description below. Wrestling GM is available on all iOS and Android devices, and there's a link to download the game in the description below. Welcome back to the channel. My name is The Great One. Really glad to have you here. Appreciate your time. Now, you guys know what to do. When you click that like button, Coco Jumbo, it goes. So, at this point, I'ma just give up. Like the video. You know what to do. I was never good at this. The show kicks off with LA Knight, and these guys really got me even more excited about the match. He says 1,200 days as champion is impressive, but it's not as impressive as how quick it can all come to an end. He talked about hitting Roman Reigns with a BFT, and tomorrow night will be no different. He's coming for everything Reigns stands for, and says the WWE Undisputed Championship will be coming home with him. We see Roman Reigns. He would typically ask the crowd to acknowledge him, but they already know to do so. He says a lot has changed during my time off. He expected people to step up, but not LA Knight. He managed to capture the attention of fans, and he gives him credit for being able to do so. He tells Knight that his dream is over because it's his reality, and says he'll finish him tomorrow night. He claims LA Knight didn't do anything for the WWE while Roman Reigns pushed us forward. This is cinema. Yeah, Roman Reigns actually said that. I turned this business into a billion-dollar company. And what did you do? The only thing you've done is get them to chant your name and what? Cosplay a redneck version of my cousin? Ah man, I love when WWE do stuff like this. And I tells Roman, you must be feeling pretty unbeatable. But I'm not coming from the same angle as everyone else. I'm not here to finish something. I'm here to start something. The LA Knight era. The only reason you're a megastar is because you're carrying the WWE Undisputed Championship. I live it every damn day. At Crown Jewel, make sure to leave me. Make sure I'm good and done. Because if you don't, I'll come back and I'll find you. And you'll hear them say the new WWE Undisputed Champion, LA Knight. Things got almost physical. Now it feels personal, and honestly, it feels a lot more legit than previously. Like now, if LA Knight would beat Roman Reigns, which is most likely not going to happen, at least we had some really good promos. It would still be a shocking moment, but you know, a little bit less out of nowhere. It does have that big match feel. I've said this before, but I feel like even if LA Knight loses, which again is most likely going to happen, the stuff he did during this rivalry makes him even more relevant, makes him even more legit, even more badass. So at the end of the day, it all depends on the way he's going to lose. Then we saw Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory, because last week Kevin Owens managed to punch out both of these guys at the same time. What a savage he is. Now the match was decent and all that, you know, we got Grayson Waller on commentary. It does feel like Kevin Owens was brought to SmackDown and he's in some kind of filler stuff right now. None of this feels important at all, and I like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller in a tag team, but it's not doing them, as of currently, any favors, unfortunately. The only thing they're getting is being on TV, which is great. I appreciate it, but unfortunately, it's pretty basic, it's pretty generic. Two cowardly heels getting their asses kicked every week. That's basically what we're getting. Now, of course, Kevin Owens picked up the W. I'm wondering where this is going, because it almost feels like Kevin Owens is just beating a couple of goofballs. Backstage, Bianca Belair got attacked by Damage Control, and Nick Aldis is really a good general manager so far, taking care of everything. For whatever reason, Logan Paul, the Street Profits, and Bobby Lashley showed mutual respect. They're impressed by what Logan Paul did to Rey Mysterio, and Logan says you're going to see more of that at Crown Jewel. Bobby Lashley says that's what success looks like. You take it. We got the return of B-Fab, and she wants to talk with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, and I kinda like this idea. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I had no idea she's still in the WWE. I completely forgot. Wasn't she fired? You know what? This actually seems like a decent idea. Then we saw the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions versus Shotzi and Charlotte Flair. Another week of WWE programming, another week of champions losing. That's exactly what we got. Shotzi and Charlotte Flair won. I wish we got something to build Crown Jewel matches instead of whatever that was. People, it's cooking time. We see Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman in the ring. Heyman wonders how many people realize that it's the end of days for John Cena. John Cena chose to pick a fight with the Bloodline. He says Roman Reigns calls the shots, and he turned to Sikoa. He says he has a huge future in WWE as Tribal Chief, and that role doesn't come without any victims. Cena will be amongst those. Solo Sikoa grabs a microphone. I need you to realize how special this is. I don't think Solo Sikoa talked before on SmackDown, so that was kinda weird. And Solo says, we didn't come here to talk to them. We came here to talk to John Cena. So we see John Cena all serious, all hyped, and Sikoa tells Cena he's upset he has to wait until tomorrow to fight him, but Roman Reigns gave him an order to give Cena the microphone to say goodbye to fans because he won't be able to after tomorrow. John Cena says, that's it? All this time of not talking and that's it? Boy, I can do this with half a voice in about 90 seconds. And my man John Cena absolutely cooked Solo Sikoa. He said the only reason you got a job here is because of your cousin Roman Reigns, and you're nothing but a Taz ripoff. So do me a solid, Solo. Tape your thumb up extra tight, because the only place it's getting stuck tomorrow is straight up your ass. Ah man, this was absolutely savage, and another proof that whoever you put with John Cena, there's a 90% chance you're getting cooked, man. You're getting cooked. When this man gets serious, there's no way coming back. I know it's illogical, like so many people got spiked by Solo Sikoa and their voices were fine. It happened to John Cena because the plot asked for it. I get it. Still pretty good, man. The promo material is so great in the WWE lately. And I talked about how I'm not that excited about the match. It actually changed. It actually changed after this promo. Good old-fashioned Donnybrook. So yes, we got the Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly. Typically, you know, I don't like these type of matches. It's really goofy, but at the end of the day, whenever I watch these, they turn out to be somewhat entertaining, and this was no different. We got a few interesting spots, and Pretty Deadly won the match. Paul Heyman wants to talk to Nick Aldis, and he gives him an advice. When it comes to LA Knight, I would have a lot of medical personnel tomorrow night, because you're going to see the most savage version of Roman Reigns. Are you done with LA Knight? Hardly. This was a great promo. They're really hyping up LA Knight, man. They're treating LA Knight like Roman's biggest threat yet, and I absolutely love it. Obviously, it makes sense. It's the upcoming match. They should probably always do that stuff. But man, I have a good feeling about this match. I really have a good feeling about this match. So we saw the wait-in between Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. So what they're trying to do is do this whole boxing thing, right? Logan Paul does this before his boxing matches, and it's fine. It's actually entertaining, but so hilarious. It felt so unnatural. It felt like a video game cutscene, if that makes any sense. But don't get me wrong. I thought it was entertaining. I was laughing my ass off when they started fighting. It looked so goofy, because in boxing you see these guys, you know, pushing each other, and it looks real. It doesn't look that special. Right here, they touched some security guys and they just fell, man. Everybody exploded. All of this looked so cartoonish, and I absolutely loved it. So again, very excited about the match. I found the segment very hilarious though. And finally, we got Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Damage Control are barred from ringside. The match match was pretty good, but not sure if I would end SmackDown like this. Whatever the case may be, we got some interesting stuff. For example, Bianca Belair bringing back the hair whip. Is that how you call it? That's great. And of course, Bianca Belair picked up the W, and she's moving on to Crown Jewel to possibly become the new WWE Women's Champion, which doesn't sound that bad, but like I've said, I wanna see more from Io Sky. We haven't seen Bayley versus Io yet. And now we're just hours away from WWE Crown Jewel. Just a quick heads up, I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload the video on Sundays, so I'm not gonna upload the video. Don't worry, I'll upload it the next day. I'm very excited about the pay-per-view, and I really hope we're going to get something special because it's hype, right? It looks really, really good. So again, thank you for watching this video. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.